Hey guys, this is God of Politics. I'm going to a brand new video, but before we get started with this video, I would just like to thank all of you for helping me hit 500 subscribers. It is a number that I reached last night, just a week before the election, which was when I was aiming to reach it by, and I would just like to thank all of you. Now, my next goal is 1,000 subscribers. I'm not sure when I'm trying to hit it by, but I hope it is as soon as possible. So if you could help me get there, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, also join the Discord that is linked down in the description, and check out the website, which is also linked down in the description. But in today's video, I do want to talk about the state of Georgia. Now, Georgia is a very interesting state because this is a state that is trending towards the Democrats, and it is a state that could prove to be very, very close and very tight this election. So I'm specifically talking about it because we had a recent poll from the state of Georgia by Monmouth. Now, Monmouth had Biden up 4 percentage points, and their last poll, if you can see here, had Trump up 2 percentage points. So this is a 6-point improvement by Joe Biden over their last poll in the state of Georgia. And there's also polls from the Senate race, which is quite interesting. If we do want to look individually at this poll, I don't like to cherry pick polls, but I did want to talk about this because of the movement that they've had since their last poll. So we see here that they do 3 different models. They do registered voters, high likely voter turnout, and low likely voter turnout. The +4 number is based on high likely voter turnout, and that is, what I expect it to be. But we look at some of this data here. We can see here, for example, Joe Biden winning men by 1%, Joe Biden winning women by 9%, and he is losing older voters 58 to 42%, which, if we compare that to the last results, would be an improvement. Hillary Clinton lost them by 36 percentage points. Joe Biden would be losing them by 16 percentage points. You see the same thing with older voters, middle-aged voters. If we look at the numbers for race, white voters in 2016, Trump won them by 54 percentage points. In this poll, Trump is winning them by only 34 percentage points. So this would be another big improvement for Joe Biden with white voters. He's also doing well with black voters, winning them 90 to 7%. So that would be a good improvement for him as well. We look at the Senate race, too, which is very interesting because the Senate race has Jon Ossoff actually up 3 over David Perdue. So if we do want to go to the normal Senate election on RCP, the Real Clear Politics average has David Perdue up 0.6 percentage points. But we look at the Monmouth poll, which has Ossoff up 2. Their last poll had Perdue up 5. So this is a 7-point improvement for Jon Ossoff. And where did he get his improvements from? Well, he's doing very well with black voters, and he is also doing as well as Biden with white voters. So he is getting a lot of those improvements that Joe Biden has made. He's also doing better with men, better with women, pretty much better across the board. And it's the same thing if we look at the special election for the Senate. And this has been very crazy to see how much Raphael Warnock has shot up in the polls after he got the endorsement from Barack Obama. If we do want to go to the polling average here, we go to the special election on Real Clear Politics. Let's go to the Senate special election here. We click on this. We can see that you can see here that if we wait for this to load, that Warnock is actually up 11.2 percentage points in the average. And this is very important because, while, again, I have to mention this again, you need to get 50% to avoid a runoff, otherwise there will be a runoff. But it is still very crucial because if Warnock can come first place, he could hope that turnout is still high for the runoff and still be able to win. But the way that he has shot up now is very crazy to see because, we go back here to around the time of July, August. Loeffler was winning most of these polls, and it looked like Democrats could actually be locked out of the special election. That's not what it looks like anymore. So that's one of the other things that Democrats are doing better with in the Georgia poll there. And they compare that, to the 2016 exit polls, Democrats are doing better across the board. We look at the FiveThirtyEight average. On FiveThirtyEight, it has Biden up 1.4%. On RCP, it has the race as a tie. So this is a state that Biden could actually win, and polls in Georgia are generally actually quite accurate. If we do want to look at the 2016 results, if we can just go back here to the last results, and then we go here to the 2016 presidential results here, and we can see, if you look at the Georgia governor race in 2018, you can see here the polls actually underestimated Stacey Abrams. And if we do want to go back to 2016 here, we can see that, the polls were quite accurate in Georgia. And that is, quite crucial to see. So we do see here that in the polls, You can see here that Trump was winning 5.1% overall. That's what he ended up winning by, and the polls generally show that to be accurate. And that's one of the things that's notable in Georgia, because people talk about how the polls were not accurate. Well, that's mainly just in the Rust Belt. In the Sun Belt areas, the polls are generally more accurate. And if we look at these three models here, first of all, 538's model has Joe Biden winning Florida by 0.4 percentage points. JHK's model has Biden winning Georgia by the margin of 0.9 percentage points, and The Economist gives Joe Biden a 53% chance of winning the state of Georgia, and he's gotten a boost after this poll. And you can see here that in terms of the margin, Joe Biden is projected to win by 0.6%. And, where are these votes coming from? Well, there's very important things to note about the state of Georgia. This is how you can see this rapid Democratic swing in the state of Georgia. You see Michelle Nunn here in 2014, Barack Obama here in 2012, Hillary Clinton here in 2016, Stacey Abrams in 2018. So you can see there's a clear line of best fit here that is going towards the Democrats. And if you look at this, the scale, if it continues at the same rate, the state would go to the Democrats. And you can see the same thing here with the raw vote increases. Hillary Clinton received 104,000 more votes than Obama, and Donald Trump received just 10,000 more votes than Mitt Romney. Sure, a lot of those votes went third party, but there's no guarantee that those third party votes are going to go to the Republicans in this election. And then we look at this other one, which is very, very crucial to see, and that is the changes in some of these suburban counties. Cobb County, Gwinnett County, Henry County. All three of these are suburban counties. And we can see there is a clear trend towards the Democrats. You look back at 2012, Mitt Romney won all three of these counties, and then you look at 2016, Hillary Clinton won all three of these counties, and then you go to 2018, for example, Gwinnett County was won by Stacey Abrams by 45,000 votes, when it was lost by Obama by 28,000 votes. And we can see that very clearly here if we do look at the 2016 election results, where you can see here Donald Trump won the state by 5.1 percentage points. We look at the change from 2012, we can see these rural areas here trended towards the Republicans, and all of these suburban areas trended towards the Democrats. But something you have to note, these are not very big leads for Donald Trump. These are areas that are lower in population. They're more rural areas, but it really comes down to the Atlanta suburbs. Republicans cannot win with just the rural areas. If they lose the suburbs, they're going to lose nationwide, and they're going to lose specifically in the state of Georgia. They're going to lose the state if they don't win the suburbs. So we look at these counties here. For example, Cobb County was won by Hillary Clinton by 2.1 percentage points. This is a county that was won by Mitt Romney by 13 percentage points almost. We can see here with the example of Gwinnett County. This county was won by Hillary Clinton by almost 6 percentage points. This is another county that was won by Mitt Romney by over 9 percentage points. So these are counties that are trending towards the Democrats, and you can see each one of these counties has over 100,000 votes for each candidate. We see the same thing in Douglas County that also trended towards the Democrats. We can see the same thing in Fayette County, Clayton County, Henry County, Rockdale County, Fulton County, which is the actual Atlanta area. Hillary Clinton even did better there, even though the black turnout wasn't as high. So that's something that you really have to note, because you look at some of these other areas, these rural areas. These areas don't have many people, and these areas here where you have the Democratic congressman here, these are areas with a lot of black voters. So sure, they trended red in 2016. However, they're a lot more inelastic, meaning that don't expect them to move very much in this election. You see the change from 2012. Sure, they trended towards the Republicans, but a lot of that is due to the rural trends that you're seeing nationwide. But a lot of it is also due to the fact that black voters didn't turn out in these kinds of levels that they needed to, but it is looking like they will in this election. We look at the same thing in 2012. If we do look at the 2012 election, we see the shift from 2008. Even in 2008, a lot of these counties shifted towards the Democrats. Even in 2008, and Barack Obama did a lot better in this area down here in the Southwest, and then Hillary Clinton did do worse, going getting around the 2008 levels. So we look at this at the overall map here, and this is really proving that Georgia is the sleeper race of this election. If there's any state that a lot of people aren't expecting to flips, it will be the state of Georgia. And, sure, it could be the state of Texas, maybe the state of North Carolina, maybe states like that. But really, people could be expecting that because a lot of people have been talking about Texas flipping. A lot of people have been talking about North Carolina flipping, but Georgia hasn't gotten as much attention. So this is the safe and likely margin stage. The pretty much the floor for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is at 218. I really think it's a little bit higher than that, but sure, you could say it's 218. And then for Donald Trump and Mike Pence, it is 125. So we look at just the general map of these states. We can say the Rust Belt, I think pretty is solidly in Joe Biden's column at this point. New Hampshire is also a lean state. Maine second is also a lean state for the Republicans. And sure, Trump can win Iowa, he can win Ohio, he can lose Nebraska second, Michigan, and he can pull out Texas too, and he can pull out Florida, and he can pull out Arizona, and he can even pull out North Carolina. But at this point, he would still lose this election. But you add on Georgia to Joe Biden's column, and it solidifies that suburban trend you're seeing. So if Georgia goes blue, Arizona's probably also at that point going to go blue. And, some of the early voting numbers we've seen have actually been good for Democrats. That state could flip as well. And if you're thinking Georgia could flip, well, black turnout's probably high enough to make North Carolina flip as well. So that kind of has, that domino effect. Well, if the suburbs are trending here, this state is going to go blue. If the black vote turnout is high here, this state is going to go blue. And that's kind of one of the things we see. So even if Donald Trump is able to somehow pull off Arizona, somehow pull off Florida and North Carolina, and maybe he even pulls off Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, well, at that point, Georgia would actually make the difference. And while, Georgia's not the most important state, and it's not the must-win state for Joe Biden, he actually was visiting there yesterday. I believe he's still there today. So this is a state that he knows he can win. His internal polling numbers are probably saying that as well. The public polling numbers that we have are showing a trend in his direction, and they're showing good numbers for him generally. The Senate election is also in quite a good position, so I do believe Democrats are doing quite well. I do believe they have a good opportunity to win, and I do believe, they can grasp that opportunity and be able to win the state of Georgia. Would I predict the state of Georgia to go blue now? It's really hard to tell. If I could really put toss-up in this map, I would make the map kind of look something like this. I would put, the state of Georgia as a toss-up. I'd put North Carolina as a toss-up. I'd put Florida as a toss-up. I believe these states are really, toss-up states. I believe Joe Biden's already at 290, and then you have 3 toss-up states. So really, I think he could get at this point, it's really looking very likely that he's going to win. At this point, he could get maybe 350 electoral votes, but we will see in just a short matter of time. We've got 6 days left until the election. Tomorrow's video will be my prediction for the state legislature elections. The next day will be the governor elections. The next day after that will be the House elections, then the Senate elections, and then finally on November 2nd will be my final presidential election prediction. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, join the Discord that is linked down in the description, and check out the website, which is also linked down in the description. So again, guys, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.